You ever notice how sometimes she looks at you just a second too long? Like when you cracked that joke and she laughed, but then kept glancing at you afterward, like she was lost in thought. You probably thought, she's just being friendly. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most guys completely miss it when they're slowly becoming the guy she secretly fantasizes about. It's subtle, hidden in plain sight. And it starts with signs you'd never expect. Because what feels like random friendliness could be the start of her most private obsession. Did you notice it yet? Comment the last time you sensed something more from a girl's glance. Stay till the end, because the last sign reveals the exact moment you become her ultimate what if. You didn't notice it when it happened. Most guys never do, because it doesn't come with a flashing sign or some dramatic declaration. It's quiet, almost invisible, but something shifts. One day, she stops seeing you as just a guy she knows, and starts seeing you as a man she could want. A man who lives in her head when no one's looking. You're sitting there. Maybe it's a group setting, maybe a class, a meeting, a shared workspace. You're talking just casually, and you say something small. Maybe it's a throwaway comment about how you always order a flat white from this specific spot downtown. You don't think much of it. You probably forgot you even said it. Then, a few days later, she walks in, coffee in hand. That same flat white from the exact place you mentioned. She laughs, hands it to you, says she happened to be there, says she thought of you. And that's the moment. That's the shift, because that coffee wasn't an accident. That moment wasn't random. That was her tracking you, not in a creepy way. In a curious way, she remembered what you liked. She went out of her way, and she delivered it casually to see if you'd notice. She does it because she's watching you now, listening closer. Not just hearing your words, but collecting them. She's noticing your rhythms, your energy, the way you light up when you talk about something you love. She's scanning you for compatibility, even if she doesn't realize it yet. And here's what messes with most guys. They think it's just kindness, that she's being thoughtful or friendly or supportive. And yeah, maybe she is. But maybe, just maybe, it's more than that. See, women often fall for a man in phases, not all at once. Not like the movies. There's a moment where she feels emotionally safe with you, maybe even intrigued, but doesn't yet realize she's imagining more. That's the invisible shift, the early spark of fantasy, the beginning of a picture being painted in her head, with you in the center of it. And if you're not tuned into the subtle signs, you'll miss it completely. Was that just coincidence? Or was she paying more attention than you thought? She starts laughing a little longer at your jokes, starts remembering little things. Ask how your project's going. Not because she cares about deadlines, but because she's watching your ambition. She's starting to wonder. And that wondering, that's how fantasies begin. You're the kind of guy who pays attention. That already puts you ahead of most. So here's what you do next. The next time she recalls something you said weeks ago, something no one else remembered, look at her. Hold her gaze for just 1 second longer than usual, and smile. Let her feel that you noticed ... without needing to say a word. Because now, the game's changed. It starts to linger. You feel it, but you're not sure if it's real. That strange electricity hanging between you, filling the empty spaces in every room you're in together. And it always starts the same way. You're mid-conversation, maybe standing in a circle of friends, laughing about something stupid. And there she is, standing just within earshot, close enough to catch every word, but quiet, listening more than speaking. Then it happens. She glances at you. Quickly. Her eyes find yours for just a second, then dart away like she got caught stealing something she shouldn't have. You tell yourself it's nothing. Maybe she was just bored. Maybe she was zoning out, but you saw it. That tiny flicker. That flash of nervous energy in her eyes before she looked down at her phone or started playing with the ring on her finger. That's not boredom. That's tension. Unspoken. Unacknowledged. But there. And it's in the way she fidgets when you walk into the room, twisting a strand of her hair between her fingers, adjusting her necklace, pretending to scroll through her phone, but not really reading anything at all. It's in the way she positions herself near you without even realizing it, close enough to hear your voice, to catch your scent, but always acting like she's just there by coincidence. Was that a signal? Or just a fluke? You probably didn't even notice. But she did. Women leak attraction through body language long before words ever come into play. It's primal. It's subconscious. And when she starts becoming drawn to you, when you begin creeping into her private fantasies, her body gives it away. But here's the cruel twist. She'd do everything she can to hide it, because the moment she realizes her body is betraying her, she'd double down on hiding her curiosity. She'll look away faster. She'll pretend to be busy. She'll act aloof, almost cold sometimes. And you'll think, I must have imagined it. But deep down, you already know. That's why the most dangerous tension isn't loud or obvious. It's silent, lingering, like static just waiting for a spark. Next time you catch her staring, don't flinch. Don't look away. Hold her gaze, just for a breath longer than you should. Watch how she reacts. Because that's not just eye contact anymore. That's her wondering if you feel it too. And trust me, she does. Then comes the teasing. It sneaks up on you, wrapped in humor, hidden beneath sarcasm and playful little jabs. At first, it feels harmless, fun, like two people just enjoying the banter. But there's something different about the way she teases you. You're standing there, maybe at a party or just grabbing drinks with a few friends, and she throws a playful shot your way. She calls you trouble, with a grin that's just a little too sharp. Her voice lingers on that word like it tastes sweet in her mouth. Everyone else laughs and moves on, but not her. She watches you closely, almost like she's studying your reaction under a microscope. You think she's just being funny, just teasing, for the sake of conversation. But here's the truth most men miss. Teasing isn't always about humor. Sometimes it's a test, a way for her to push at your edges, to see if you can handle her fire. Because attraction isn't all soft looks and shy glances. Sometimes it's a spark that burns hotter, cloaked in playful challenges and sarcastic remarks. She does it because she's curious, because she wants to know how you'll respond when she playfully pokes at you. Whether you'll crumble, get defensive, or meet her energy with calm confidence. It's her way of seeing if you're the kind of man who can match her. And here's where the emotional contrast hits hardest. You think it's just a joke, that she's being friendly, or maybe even a little mean. But in her mind, she's flirting. Testing. Flirting in disguise. Every playful insult, every sarcastic comment, every exaggerated eye roll is another thread she's pulling, watching to see if you unravel, or if you lean in. And if you pass that test, if you meet her teasing with a smirk of your own, or flip the script and tease her right back, you'll see the shift immediately. Her eyes will light up, her smile will linger, and suddenly that harmless teasing will start to feel electric, because she doesn't want a man who stumbles over her sarcasm. She wants the man who dances in it. So next time she teases you, don't brush it off. Don't get defensive. Smirk. Lean in. Escalate the playfulness just lightly. Match her. Fire. But stay cool doing it. Because when you do, you'll see just how much fun she has playing with the guy who doesn't flinch. And then, the walls start to come down. It always happens after the teasing, after the playful back and forth, when she starts to feel something deeper pulling her in. Suddenly, the energy shifts. The laughter softens. The conversations stretch. A little longer into the night, she starts to open doors she usually keeps locked. It's late. Maybe you're texting back and forth or sitting together after most people have left. She gets quiet for a second, her playful mask slipping just enough for you to see what's underneath. And then she says it. I don't usually tell people this, but there it is, the drop. The moment she lets you peek behind the curtain. Maybe it's about her family, or something that happened in her past, a dream she's too scared to chase, a fear she's been carrying alone. At first, you think she just needs to vent. Maybe she's stressed. Maybe she just trusts you as a friend. But stop right there, because this isn't random. She picked you. Women don't casually share their deepest emotions with every man they know. When she starts dropping those guarded pieces of herself in your lap, it's because she's already placed you in a special category, whether she admits it or not. She's subconsciously testing something far more intimate than humor or body language. She's testing emotional safety. She wants to know, can you hold this part of her? Can you make her feel seen, not just admired? And here's the emotional contrast most men never catch. You think she's looking for advice. You think she's inviting you to solve her problems, but she's not. She's inviting you into her world, because right now, you're the man she's starting to picture as her emotional protector, the one she fantasizes about leaning on in her weakest moments, the man who doesn't just excite her, but understands her, and it's not loud or obvious. It's quiet, heavy, charged, with a different kind of tension, not physical, but emotional. In her mind, this moment is massive. She's exposing a softer, hidden part of herself, watching your every reaction, wondering, will he pull away or lean in? Here's what you do, and this part matters. Don't jump to fix anything. Don't offer solutions. Don't tell her everything's going to be okay right away. Just listen. Be fully present. Let her speak without interruption. Let the silence stretch if it needs to. And when you finally respond, speak slowly, calmly, with warmth. Offer reassurance, not rescue. Because in that moment, without even knowing it, you're becoming something far more dangerous than just a guy she flirts with. You're becoming the man she imagines herself falling for. And just when you start to feel that deeper connection settling in, she flips the script again. Suddenly, she starts mentioning other guys. It comes out casually, like it's no big deal. She laughs about some guy she went on a date with. Tells a story about her friend's super attractive roommate. Mentions that random dude from her DMs who just won't leave her alone. And at first, you're confused. You think, wait, I thought we were getting closer. Why is she talking about other guys now? It feels like a gut punch. Like maybe you misread everything. But here's the twist most men never see coming. She's not bragging. She's not trying to push you away. She's testing you. You see, jealousy isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's subtle, strategic. A quiet little game of emotional chess. She brings up other men not because she's interested in them, but because she wants to see how you react. Will you get flustered, defensive, distant, or will you stay cool, unshaken, completely unfazed? It's her way of figuring out where you stand, testing your emotional stake in her, gauging whether you see her as just another friend or something more. Here's the emotional contrast most guys miss. You think she's pushing you away by talking about other men, but in reality, she's pulling you closer, because the more she talks about them, the more she's watching you, watching your face, watching your body language, watching for that flicker of jealousy, or even just attention. It's not about those guys. It was never about them. It's about you. She's wondering, does he care enough to notice? And here's where your power kicks in. When she plays that jealousy game, and trust me, every woman does it in her own way, your job isn't to get angry or cold. Your job is to smile, stay playful, stay calm. Maybe even throw a little playful jab right back. Oh yeah, sounds like he's got competition. Simple, white, effortless. Because when you stay cool, when you refuse to give her the reaction she's secretly fishing for, something shifts inside her. She realizes you're not easily shaken. And suddenly, you become even more intriguing. So, next time she casually drops some story about another guy, don't flinch. Smile. Stay in control. Because deep down, she's not trying to make you jealous. She's trying to make herself unforgettable to you. And here's where it gets even more subtle, even trickier to spot. After the teasing, the tension, the emotional confessions, and yes, those little jealousy games, there's something else she does. She starts asking for favors. Tiny ones. Harmless on the surface, but underneath? There. Anything but random. You get a late-night text. Hey, random question. What do you think of this outfit for tomorrow? It seems innocent enough, right? She wants your opinion. No big deal. But pause. Zoom out. Because what she's really doing is anchoring herself to you. She's creating micro-commitments. Small requests designed to pull you deeper into her world. And to see just how willing you are to step in. It's not about the outfit. It's not about your fashion expertise. It's about emotional positioning. She's subconsciously testing whether she can lean on you, even in the smallest ways. And here's the kicker. Most guys never catch it. They think she's just indecisive, that she's just being friendly, that she just wants advice. But if it was just about the outfit, why didn't she ask her girlfriends, or her sister, or literally anyone else? Why you? Because by asking you, specifically you, she's signaling something deeper. She's saying, I value your opinion. I feel safe bringing you into my decisions. I trust how you see me. These little tests are everywhere once you learn to spot them. Can you help me pick out a gift for my friend? Can you remind me to do this thing tomorrow? Would you mind reading over this message before I send it? Each one seems innocent, small, easy to miss. But every single one is a tiny hook, pulling you in closer. And here's the emotional contrast again. You think she's just asking a favor. But in her mind, she's picturing you as her guy, the man whose approval matters, the man she wants involved in her life, even in the smallest details. And your reaction? It's everything. You could brush her off, get annoyed, or worse, jump in too eagerly and start acting like her personal assistant. But neither of those make you stand out. Here's what you do instead. You help, but on your terms. Keep it light, playful. Asking me for help now? Dangerous move? Smile. Give your input. Make her feel heard, but always with that edge of playful detachment. Because now, you're flipping the script. You're showing her you're the man who can offer value, but you're not bending over backward for it. You're calm, in control. UMBOTHERED. And trust me, nothing pulls her in deeper than that. Because suddenly, she's not just asking you for advice. She's wondering how to get more of your attention. And then, it happens. The moment everything changes. The moment when all the teasing, the glances, the playful tests, the emotional confessions, all of it finally leads somewhere undeniable. It usually slips out casually, almost like a joke. But make no mistake, this is the moment when you fully step into her private fantasy. You're sitting together. Maybe it's after a long night of talking. Maybe it's at a party or on a quiet walk, or even just over texts that stretch far too late. She's relaxed, comfortable. That tension you both pretended not to notice? It's humming in the background now, steady and soft. And then she says, If we ever dated, we'd probably drive each other crazy. She laughs as she says it. Acts like it's just a random thought, just a playful hypothetical. But inside her mind, this isn't random, Dot. This isn't small talk. This is everything. Because that sentence, the one she tried to pass off as a joke, is actually the soft launch of the fantasy that's been playing on repeat in her head. She's imagined it, not just once, but over and over again. She's pictured the two of you together fighting, laughing, sharing quiet mornings, arguing late at night, making up in ways words can't describe. She's wondered how it would feel to wake up next to you, how your hand would feel in hers. During a road trip, what it'd be like to introduce you to her friends, and to see their faces when they realize what's going on. This isn't about flirting anymore. This is about possibility, Dot. And right now, in this exact moment, she's testing the waters, seeing if you'll play along, if you'll lean in, if you'll let her fantasy live beyond just her imagination. The emotional contrast here? It's massive. You might think she's just being playful, tossing out some random joke about what if. But in her mind, this is confession wrapped in humor, Dot. This is her letting you see the daydream she's been too scared to say out loud, Dot. And here's the beautiful, dangerous truth. Once she lets herself speak that fantasy, even as a joke, she can't unsee it, Dot. It starts to feel more real, Dot, more tempting, more inevitable, Dot. And how you respond, it shapes everything that comes next. You could brush it off, laugh awkwardly, change the subject, or you could lean in, smirk, let the words hang for a second longer than normal, then say something like, "Oh, we'd be a disaster," or "Maybe we'd be too good together." Playful, bold, unapologetically confident. Because here's the secret most men never learn. When she opens that door, even slightly, she wants you to walk through it. She wants you to match her fantasy energy, to make it safe for her to keep imagining, to let her mind wander a little deeper, knowing you're right there with her, Dot. And once you do, everything shifts. Suddenly, you're not just the guy she flirts with. You're not just the guy who makes her laugh or feel comfortable or heard. You become the man who lives in her head. The man she pictures late at night when she's lying in bed, staring at the ceiling. The man she imagines showing up at her door when she least expects it. You become her private what if, the one she can't shake, Dot. And once you're there, you stay, because fantasies are addictive. And now, you're the star of hers. Let's make this easy for you to remember. Here are the 7 subtle signs. You've become her secret obsession. She remembers the tiniest details about you. She fidgets nervously, stealing glances when she thinks you aren't watching. She teases you playfully, but watches your every reaction. She shares personal, emotional stories only with you. She drops stories about other guys just to test your reaction. She asks for your opinion, favors, or help quiet little loyalty tests. And finally, she jokes about what-if scenarios involving you. Now you know. Most guys stay blind to these signals forever. But not you. Not anymore.